All right, we'll go ahead and call this meeting to order.
Hold on. Are you on? Okay, there we go.
Call it to order. Sheila, you want to lead us in prayer?
Sure. Let's bow our heads, please. Heavenly Father, we thank you for the opportunity to come together this evening to do the work of Hardy County Schools. We're thankful, Lord, for all the students and the staff that are here with us this evening and the parents, and that we get an opportunity to celebrate the greatness that's within our school system. We ask for your guidance and wisdom tonight as we make decisions. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right. So now, introductions. How about if we start with Ms. Bradford and you introduce yourself and we'll go all the way around.
I am Chloe Bradford and I'm in Northfield Middle School.
Roger Bradford, Lowe's Day.
Rita Bradford.
Chris Holiday. Luke Holiday.
Ann Holiday.
Ron Holiday.
Jeannie Brown, East Hardy High School. I teach English and social studies. Courtney Vance.
Henry Hodges, I teach social studies at East Hardy High School.
Mr. Kincaid, Morphin Middle School Assistant Principal.
Mr. Parks, East Hardy High School Principal.
Morgan Miller.
Michelle Wolf, I teach English at East Hardy High School.
Danny Ayler. Keith Ayler.
Sammy Dennis.
Amy Prates.
Jenna Mulder. Justin Mulder.
Heather Byron. Tara Ayler. Colton Ayler.
Sean Collars.
Sheena Van Meter.
Melvin Shook.
Dixie Dean.
Doug Hines.
Roy Harper.
All right, welcome everyone. It's always good to see lots of folks here with us. So we're going to start with the student achievement and recognition of Mr. Parks. I guess you're kind of up here with.
And you can delegate to a teacher if you feel so inclined.
My throat is kind of sore.
Yeah.
Where, any certain place you want me to stand?
Oh, just anywhere's fine over here to the side where everybody can see you.
You've got the young writers and, well, lots of things.
Yeah, obviously we have a lot to celebrate at East Hardy High School. This is just a snapshot. I mean, this whole building would be completely filled if we were to celebrate everything we could celebrate. But this is just a snapshot here. First off, we'd like to recognize our young writers, and if Mrs. Wolf would come up.
I just want to really quickly sing the praises of my students and Ms. Brown, I'll let you talk about the middle school. But Bailey and Sierra were the county winners for East Hardy High School and for the county at large. And I just like to say that both Bailey and Sierra are really good students who really care about the quality of their work. And so I really appreciate that they're both wordsmiths and they care about getting just the right word in. And they're really open to feedback. And probably the best thing is, and Bailey, speaking specifically to you, is how encouraging they are of their fellow students when they're writing too. So they really help to build a culture of writers.
It's wonderful. Would Bailey like to read her piece of work for us? That'd be great. You know what? There you go. That's how that works. Have at it. You can sit and read or stand and read, whatever you're comfortable with.
My story is called A Mind Unmade, a Trandallian lunatic asylum story. I'm being separated from my roommates. They say it's to bring out men or life. I have no idea what that means or why I'm being separated from the others. They all say I'm too negative, but I think I'm nice to everyone. Walking down long isolated hallways, I hear the wailing of other female patients. The wails grow distant and the walls become dilapidated. A random reddish brown substance is smeared across the walls. It reeks of body odor, mold, and decay. I'm led to a room where a man introduces himself as Dr. Freeman. As we get to talking, he says he relies on Dr. Kirkpatrick's techniques in the world. So I finally start to feel at ease. He specializes in a thing of lobotomies. I do not know this word, but he explains that he will use an ice pick through my eye socket. He says the ice pick will dislodge a piece of my brain. He said it allows for me to be more compliant and I can finally go home and see my husband and kids. I agreed to the surgery just so I can go home. I just want to see my kids. Dr. Freeman said the surgery would take place in a couple of weeks, so I just need to be good until then. I'm led down the halls to an isolated room. I'm told I will be kept here until the procedure can be performed. The paint on the walls is cracked and peeling. After the door shuts, I notice the various scratches and blood smeared across the door. It makes the whole room feel forsaken and eerie. Maybe I'm finally losing my mind like everyone else. Maybe they're right and the surgery will help these feelings disappear. Maybe my husband will love me like he did before. I know I'm not a danger to my kids. It is now night and I cannot sleep. I feel someone watching me from the door. I look over and a figure moves across the entrance. I cry out to her, but no answer comes. I'm stuck in this dingy small room. Well, it feels more like a cell. The longer I'm without food and water, I start to feel exhausted, and I'm seeing figures outside of the window of the door. I slide down the door as a sob slips from my lips. I slam my fist against the door and call out of sheer desperation and panic. Please get me out of here, God. I'm begging you. Please get me out. I can't do this anymore. No people, no food, no water, not even a doctor. It's so isolated, and I hate it. The peeling of the pain is driving me crazy. I wish they sucked me to sell to someone else. I'm lonely. I'm sure to go mad. Today, they finally let me out into the dining hall. There are whispers of patients of Dr. Freeman's being immobile or displaying a completely different personality. I do not want someone to be someone my family cannot even recognize. Fear overpowers my senses. A nurse said my appointment with Dr. Freeman has been moved up. She says I won't be like other patients. She says I will be fine. I don't believe them anymore. I saw her trying to feed another person who couldn't feed herself. I think she was one of Dr. Freeman's patients. I want to be able to think and do things for myself. That is not what I thought Dr. Freeman meant by complying. I thought he meant it only changed me so I could listen better, not make me unable to think for myself. I want to be able to care for my kids. I want to be able to cook for my husband. I want to be able to have a garden so my kids can have fresh vegetables. Once I finish eating, a nurse grabs me roughly by the arm. It scares me, so I whip around and get slapped. I yell but do nothing out of fear. I follow the nurse back to the room. Peeling paint and mold spots are the first thing I notice. Something is off. Something in the room is off. I feel a pair of eyes on me from the bed. I look over there and there's a person glaring at me from the bed. I blink and she's gone. This is it. I'm finally mad. My mind is gone. The isolation for weeks has driven me to insanity. I'm seeing things aren't there. I think God has cursed me, left me for the wolves. My vision starts to blur and black around the edges, and I start to sway. What is going on? The last thing I remember is black. I wake up on a steel table. My head is pounding. I feel someone attaching something sticky to my temples. I see someone lean over top of me, with my eyes cracked, trying to shield me from the overbearingly bright lights. I hear voices, but they're distorted. The next thing I know is pain. The pain is unbearable and my body convulses. My face goes numb and my brain starts to shut down. Once again, I see black. When I wake up, my head is throbbing. I have no recollection of who I am or what I'm doing here. There are lots of people in white uniforms with red smeared all over them. They're asking my name and my age. I tell them I do not know. They look at me like I'm some imposter or I'm lying. They tell me my name and I deny. They throw me in a room with peeling paint, black mold on the walls, and a reddish brown smear across the scratches on the metal.
Nice job. That is dark, but very well written. Here, I'd like to give you this pen from the board members.
It definitely kept your interest.
Her other one, that one, Young Riders, a couple years ago, did the same.
Oh, darn.
It's excellent.
Very nice.
She researched the trans-Allegheny lunatic asylum, so the doctor was, the details were carefully researched.
It's very well done. Nice job. All right. And that's the only one here, right? You don't have your other? Oh, thanks, Mr. Pickett. He's delivering. Nobody. Okay. All right, Dixie, you can move on to the social studies fair. Thank you.
Wait, they got a middle school.
Oh,
Yeah,
your middle
Miss Brown.
schooler's here.
We have a middle school.
Oh, great, great. Sorry about that.
White was the first place winner in the county for her story. She's prepared to read it.
Yes, please.
Wonderful.
Please do.
My story is called The Quiet Parts of It. People think kids my age only worry about homework, friends, and what's for dinner. They don't see the quiet parts of me, the quiet parts inside me. The parts that feel heavy, though when nothing bad is happening. I'm 12 years old, but sometimes I feel much older, like I've lived too many days in my head. When something scary or painful happens, it doesn't just disappear when it's over. It stays. It hides in the way my stomach tightens when someone raises their voice, or how I freeze when people ask if I'm fine. I say I'm fine because that's easier than explaining the storm I don't know how to tame. At school, I try to be normal. I laugh with my friends and finish my work. But my mind drifts back to memories I wish I could erase. They show up when I least expect them, during math, on the bus, or when I'm trying to sleep. It feels like my brain is stuck on a channel I cannot change. Sometimes I get angry or sad for no reason. At least that's what people think. But inside I'm fighting feelings that don't make sense to them. I don't want to be this way. I don't want to feel scared when I'm safe or lonely when people are around. I just want my heart to rest. What hurts the most is feeling invisible. Adults tell me to be strong, but they don't ask what I'm carrying. I don't need to be strong all the time. I need someone to listen without fixing me, without telling me it could be worse. Even with everything I've been through, I still believe in hope. I still believe that one day I won't flinch at loud sounds or feel afraid of quiet rooms. I believe I will learn how to feel safe again. Healing might be slow, but it's possible. I am more than what happened to me. I am still a kid who likes music, jokes, and warm blankets. I still dream about the future. My past is a part of me, but it does not get to decide who I become. I am learning that it is okay to take up space, to ask and feel for help. The quiet parts of me are a little lighter, and that means I'm getting stronger in ways that really matter.
Wow.
Also very deep. Congratulations. Don't go for it. Get your butt up here a little.
If you think those are dark, the last time that Bailey was there, Tara and I went with her. I was so depressed when we left because the winners were, very.
Very emotional.
Me
It's
too.
well written. Both of them. Very,
And
very
I'll read mine.
nice.
It's Lollipop.
Right? Yeah, something happy, please. All right.
Okay, so I guess we move on to social studies fair.
Yeah, and here for the social studies fair, we have Mr. Hodges and Ms. Brown.
We were fortunate enough to have 4 projects go to state competition this year. The way that works is we have the county competition, and then you move on to regional, which is at Musselman High School. And that involves 7 counties and their projects. And what we had was we had 4 projects that were fortunate enough to get to win at the regional level to go to Charleston. And we had 1 honorable mention. We had 2 third place winners and 1 first place winner. And so the students who are here that took part in that, if you'll stand, because I came a little later, just let me see you, please, because I don't know you. A lot of them would have been here, but they're into athletics, they're on the baseball team or whatever. The projects that we had that won at the regional and moved on to Charleston, we had Jonathan Montgomery, who got honorable mention, and his project was on the impact the Great Depression had on economics in the United States. The 2 third places, we had Jessamine Gold and Emily Weaver, who did their project on, help me out here, I'm tired, it's been a long day. Oh, yeah, Greek immigration to West Virginia and its impact on the state, and that was an anthropology project. And another third place winner, we had one on the French Revolution, which was Taylor McDonald and Taylor McReynolds and Violet McDonald. And our first place winner dealt with the West Virginia Mine Wars, and that was Gideon Good and Aubrey McCullough. The AP kids that went are required to do a term paper and extensive research. And then they go to competition with their boards and their oral presentations. It's a lot of work. They have to give an oral presentation to one or two judges. They have to answer any questions they have, and they have to score a minimum 90 at the regional to go to Charleston. So it's a tremendous accomplishment by our kids. I mean, and I'm extremely proud of them. It also allows students to pick a topic that they're personally interested in. They can zero in on something that they want to do research on, and it's more student-driven than teacher-driven. So it's something I'm very enthusiastic about, and we had a middle school student that went too, right, to regional
Yeah, we had two.
too, and what were theirs on?
Theirs was on Mock Man.
I'm extremely proud of my students. The AP kids have to work extremely hard. The national pass rate on the AP exam is 50%, and last year we had 11 out of 12 students that took the exam that passed it. So we're extremely proud of our accomplishments. Thank you.
We hope for the same this year. This young lady up here? Yep, she's the only one that came with us. How many more did you, well, we'll figure that out and send it to him. All righty, very good.
She did the thing on the Greek. Where did he actually settle that much? Because I didn't think there was any of that ancestry that, okay, the northern. Thank you.
Very interesting. Is that all of our East Hardy High?
So
No,
now-
not quite. Golden Horseshoe winners.
Yep, and we have the Golden Horseshoe winners. East Hardy was fortunate enough to have 2 this year, and middle school had 1. So nothing against. I saw you give me the side eye, man. Nothing against you. But if Ms. Brown and Mr. Kincaid would want to come up and talk about it.
Here you go, Mr. Kincaid. I'll let you have that. These are from the state. Ms. Brown. They send those. Here, we're going to give them these two.
That's one first.
Will you give one to Mr.?
This student is a great representation of what we want to build in Northfield Middle School. She's gotten all A's throughout all of her career here at the middle school. And very involved in ag, FFA, model student to everybody, and that is Lilia Crawford.
She also designed you designed the sticker, right, for the voting sticker? I thought, yep. That's cool. It was very well done. I have one in my office. Yeah, it's cool. That's cool.
I have 2, and I'm really excited to have 2. Because I've had 2 since I've been here. I've been waiting for that to happen.
She had to rub it in,
Rub it
Mr.
in.
Kincaid.
Sorry.
Don't
One
apologize.
last year, I'm like, yes, and now this year I have 2. Wait, next year.
Oh,
I'm coming for you. Chance Hahn is not here, but Luke Holiday is here.
Congratulations. Very good, very good.
And funny story with Luke is we were doing a student awards assembly, and I was up front and I was saying, hey, we have some people do really well on the Golden Horseshoe. Luke literally raised his hand. He's like, Mr. Parks, I think I did really good. And am I lying
He was
this
right.
time?
You said it after the
Look,
test,
yeah,
but I feel like I did
literally. And then I was getting ready to present that. And I said, well, we're going to
Actually-
recognize our Golden Horseshoe winners. Luke Holiday.
There you go.
You
He's
were
the one.
correct. You did very, very well, bud. So,
It's very cool. Very cool.
Mr. Parks, the funniest thing about that story is he called me at lunch, said, Dad, I was from the World War II. You know, he's like, I know, and they're doing the test. I'm like, okay.
That's
Good
confidence.
deal, well, he was right.
Very cool.
He knew the answers.
Yes.
That's a big deal.
Yeah.
It really is.
And then, last but not least, we also have, we've been adding some, state champions over at East Hardy here lately. And we have a new state wrestling champion, happened over the winter sports season, Morgan Miller. And, you know, Morgan exemplifies everything it means to be a student athlete in high school, you know, does great with grades. She picks on me sometimes in the hallway. I'm always nice to them. But she does a great job, grades, you know, great leader at our school, so.
Congratulations. Very cool. Very good.
She doesn't look like she could whoop up on us, but that's not a challenge.
She whooped up on the girl that she wrestled. It was pretty amazing. Do you want, now, if all of you will just make your way out into the hallway with your principals and your teachers, and we'll get a photo, if that's okay? Is that all right with you guys? We go do that really
Sure,
quickly,
yeah.
and before they leave, that way we've got them all. We got them all on.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
I'm really proud of her.
I'm gonna go take that.
Good seeing you, Mr. Ayler. Take care of yourself.
How are you?
Just got out.
Yeah, last time we were in here, we were in trouble.
Well, hopefully soon to be on
Yeah.
Saturday. So
Oh, wonderful. I'm really proud of you. Have you looked about a job yet?
It always been too each time that there's anything that's down.
I didn't recognize her until she sat
I'm on
down.
my computer, so I need to do a resume update and look about.
You
jobs.
won't have any trouble getting a job.
So it's on there for now. For now.
A couple days a
week. Thank you.
Yeah, I'm really proud of you.
I'm proud of that one right there.
Oh, my, yeah.
She's like, she's done amazing this year with everything. What grade? 10th. Yeah, eighth grade, she did Young Riders. And then a week after that, she went back to Charleston for the ambassador camp. She was chosen for that. And then, yeah, she's just done this and that. And she, Mr. Hodges asked her if she wanted to do AP history. So next year's AP history and AP English.
That's good.
Good.
So she's,
Good.
she definitely has my husband's brain.
I don't think that's so.
He's up there. We ain't gonna say Danny's brain, but we'll say he's.
How's your little ones that used to say, baby, I'm home? Your youngest?
Well, that was that one.
Oh, my goodness.
That's the baby. Yeah, I just have the two. That's the baby that was there.
I remember that so funny. He's so
Yeah, I see him right there hanging on to his sister.
Very talented kids. Thank you for coming.
Appreciate you coming.
All right.
Do a little editing there.
Huh?
Do a little editing there.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
I think she was ready now, wherever you are.
That's okay. We're ready to roll.
So dive right into the maintenance. We closed 83 work orders in the last 30 days. And we're running still at about 93% closed. It's taking us about 7 days. The yellow ones are kind of still open. Number wise, East Hardy Elementary had 30. East Hardy High had 15, and the rest came from this side of the county, obviously. But East Hardy Elementary, I don't really understand what's happening in that building. I guess just maybe the age of it.
Probably.
Yeah. We completed the air quality survey this month. Out on Main Street, we were getting an issue with those the lights, the 15-mile-an-hour lights that were coming on. Those timers are the old dials. So we bought some new digital upgraded dials where we could actually set the exact time, because with the dials, it's just a guessing game. If any of y'all set timers on your Christmas lights, that's kind of what we were dealing with. The asbestos inspection was completed this month. We did the brim inspection on the 22nd. We also met with the SBA for a future possible MIP at East Hardy Elementary School. Again, positive feedback, I think.
Yeah, real
Mr.
positive.
Neptune had called me as well. I think he's going to come and meet with me next week or the following week as well to take a look at the project.
That's the bleacher replacement we talked about. Okay.
Yes, it's small enough that Joyce felt really, really good about it. I forget what they said, some of the money they had.
It was
They-
under,
they
it was
like
under
more-
100
Yeah.
for the interior, yeah.
ESG, just an update with those people. The solar contractor poured the sidewalk. The sidewalk is absolutely huge over there at Moorfield Elementary School. They regraded everything. Fencing will follow, but we'll finish that up. The equipment and the panels are all on site. Up at the middle school, they did pour and dig the awning footings. East Hardy Elementary, brush was removed. They still, there's trees and stumps that are along that fence line. They still plan on going in there and removing some of those as well. And they have started driving some of the steel reports. I talked to Jeff on the way here. He says they are hitting stone. They're driving like 7 and 8 feet down. They're worried about the wind blowing them, so they're driving them down. They did hit rock in there, so they may have to shift a couple of them just because of the big rock that they're hitting in there. And then the elementary school HVAC is planned for delivery of equipment this month in May, and then we'll start it in June. And then the generator will be installed in the summer when it is delivered. So with ESG, they're rolling right along. Their solar portion of this is moving really quick, I think, and it should be fun to kind of watch all that stuff start going up.
Yeah.
But I'm still kind of worried about.
And the
birds
bill's
and
going
everything.
down.
I know it's something small, and I think the birds are going to nest on something. You know how I went to my head, I got one at the elementary school, and that's what we had on this as well. SBA wise, MMS Secure Entrance, ZMM sent an email. The pre-bid for that job is going to be May 11th with the bid opening on May 27th. The Pilgrims Building, the colors and design for the line layout has been chosen, and everything has been ordered. Once it's delivered, Kiefer's going to come and install. I gave them a wide open. If they wanted to do it in May, please come and do it in May, and let's just get this thing done and over with. Yes. East Hardy Elementary School elevator. So in the, what they call the machine room, there's a network box. And that network box, from what Ms. Markley told me, controls, I guess, the server and the camera. So she reached out to
That's everything.
Advantage to ask about being moved, and nobody had ever mentioned this to us before. But in the last email that we received, they told us that whenever they do any kind of a modification, we have to bring everything up to code. And the code says that nothing else can be in that room. The fire marshal's seen it every year I've been here, every year prior to that. I don't think it's ever been anywhere else but in that room. But there is a third option that we can ask for a variance. So we're going to write an email. I'm going to have Mr. Staggers help me write that email to a lady down in Charleston. And as long as they have a letter for the inspector, whether they're going to grandfather us in or give us the 5 months leniency to give us time to if we can get advantage here to move it out. So we're going to make that attempt with them, and hopefully we can have that happen. But again, it was never an issue until we received that email on April the 21st. On the facility side, that's really all I have. Transportation, not a whole lot. Last week, when I had the brim inspection, Irena did go and attend the spring conference in Fairmont. Wasn't a whole lot of news that really came out of that. And the new bus arrival, they had our last one on the line today, so now we're down waiting on the inspector. He said it could be next week or the following Monday, depending on when the inspector can get back to us.
Will that be put into service then?
I am, yes. I think some of the predecessors in the past held off because they didn't want to hang the new bus out. The guys are cleaning new buses. But for me, I think you get them on the road and you start running them because the warranty, let them sit for 3 months, you're avoiding 3 months of warranty, so I'd rather get them out there and run them. So, yeah, I'm gonna get them going as fast as I can.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have another question.
Sure.
Where is PSG with replacing the burned out lights in the auditorium?
So those lights, they're not like factory bought. It's not like you can go in and change a bulb or a driver. So they went up there, whoever installed, built, I'm not an electrician, so I don't know the terms. They built something and you can't just order it. So they're trying to figure out a way that they can hook up to those lights in there because it's on dimmers and you can't just, again, I don't understand.
Right.
Something about because it's on dimmers, it has to have a box that does something for it that allows it to do it. And Jeff's trying to figure out how they can do it and be able to do all of it. I don't know if it's going to happen before baccalaureate and all those big things that happen in the auditorium. I don't know. I mean, we're trying as quick as we can, but
So whatever rigging they come up with, they're going to replace all the lights
Yes.
with that?
yeah.
I was in there, yesterday afternoon for the band concert, and it was dark.
Yeah. Yeah, there's seven out right now, I believe.
9,
9?
I counted
Okay.
9.
Okay, that 7 keeps popping up in the work orders.
Okay, 9,
Yeah.
yeah.
But that's, again, it was something they did. Again, I don't know. It wasn't something
Is there
simple.
any way we can go back to the contractor and find out?
They made those
they're
phone
rigging
calls.
lights?
They made those phone calls and they did send them the,
Specs or the,
yeah, it was the as something. Anyways, they send them the blueprints to that portion of it so they can. just try to
And
figure
the
out.
specs for how the lights were? what
Yes.
the lights were?
Mhm. Yeah. As built, sorry, as built.
oh,
Yeah, as built.
Okay. I was also at the East Hardy FFA dinner on Saturday, and then they moved to the auditorium, and you could tell the lights weren't on.
Totally different in there. The other one you see open as well is that roof leak in Moorfield High School that you keep seeing there. That's that wall that we intend on putting in as our next SBA project, not as a MIP, but as an actual
big one.
project. They have not given me an estimate. I have not gotten the estimate on your bathroom back. I took the contract. I'm just waiting on the numbers to come back on your bathroom at the Pilgrims building as well. I just don't have anything
That's
to give you
fine.
right now. And then that work order's been on there for months, on those leaks, actually years. But that's that wall, but we're gonna put that in as an SBA project this next go around. Fingers crossed on that.
At Moorfield Middle School.
Moorfield High School.
Moorfield.
So the big metal where it says Moorfield High, it doesn't have that.
So what they were gonna do wouldn't fix it.
No, they have to take all the metal down, apply
Okay.
that moisture barrier, and then put the metal back.
Okay,
Not
so it's
something
way
like
more
that.
than, yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
I saw there was some cameras out over there also again. I know that you don't take
Yeah,
care of that.
Jessica would have them.
Right.
I don't even see those work orders on
Oh,
the
okay.
IT side, and they all go into IT.
I'll
Yeah,
just,
but I can follow up with her.
okay, I'm just curious if it was an old problem, if it was just something new. that
Which
came up.
building is it?
Moorfield High.
Moorfield High? I'll follow up with her.
Yeah, it was the, gym parking lot, front exit and auditorium.
I guess they are, but.
yeah, but the ones that are out are the
I'll
ones
see you
where
in a
something
minute.
else
Yeah,
is
those are
wrong.
the
I
ones
played
that
her
you
in softball down the middle of the field here.
There you
So
go.
that's years. Yeah.
Distract her that
I'll
way.
distract her.
Yeah.
That's what I have to.
Thank you, Josh.
Thank you.
Josh.
Okay, were there any public comments? Okay, so we'll move on to the consent items.
Move to approve.
Have a motion and a second to approve the consent items. Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed, and approved 5-0. Unfinished business. Approval of Hardy County Schools student and staff wellness policy on physical activity and nutrition, JFE attachment 4.
Move to approve.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve. Is there any discussion?
Yes, I had a couple of questions on page 23. hope I have it marked.
Okay,
Talks about water. It says that students are, that water is to be made available for students. I guess if somebody is allergic to milk or whatever. How is that water, other than the bottled water that they sell, how are students able to get that?
You wanna
Just
go
go to a,
There are water fountains available right at 5 of the 6 kitchens. The other kitchen has it out in a cooler every time. So there's free water available for students. That's state mandate. So
right,
free water
that's
is-
what I wondered. I know I've seen the water for sale.
Yeah, that's an option, but there's free water because there's water fountains in every single one of the cafeterias except for Morfield Elementary. Morfield Elementary puts out a big cooler with cups.
Got
So there
okay.
is free water available for students if they choose to have it in the bottle, they have the option.
They had to pay for it. Okay, all right, thank you for that.
Of course.
I just wondered about the breakfast menus this year. Are breakfast menus still, and I tried to go online and look to see, but I couldn't navigate. Still using a lot of pre-packaged items.
We're trying to do a balance of them. So we have some prepackaged items and then we have a lot of hot breakfast. So I try to have 2 free hot quick scratch breakfast on the menu per week and then 2 or 3 prepackaged. I try to keep the prepackaged breakfast with a harder lunch and then the more quick scratch breakfast with a little bit easier lunch, trying to make it so it balances for the kitchens. But yes, I'm trying to have a good balance of prepackaged breakfast and scratch or quick scratch breakfast.
Sometime before we lose you for better reasons, I'd like to in and let you show me how to actually get on and see the menus. Because like I say, I tried, but I couldn't navigate. And they're on page 25, talked about outside food and treats for parties. How, are we regulating that?
Trying to keep an eye on it as best we can.
Janet, why would you ask that question?
Because it was there and
You ruined Valentine. No, I'm just kidding.
Of course, we do, right?
We do, of course we do.
Parties, I'm sorry, but seriously.
It's
Yeah.
put out to all the buildings that that's not something that we can do. We can't have competitive food in the school, particularly before lunch service. After lunch service, there's a little bit of leeway in the regs. But we don't have competitive foods in schools, and also there's a lot of prohibited things like the dyes and sugars and all of the things. So trying to keep an eye on, but there are 6 buildings and things happen. But putting out to all the principals and making everybody aware.
They definitely all know what the rules are.
Yes.
Thank you. I'm done.
okay. So now, was this out for first read or was it?
It's already been out.
This
It's
is
third
Okay,
period.
all right. So, are we ready to vote? So all those in favor of approval of Hardin County Schools, policy JFE? Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, and it's approved by that. The next is the, approval of Hardin County Schools Title I, parent guardian involvement. That's now been changed to engagement.
Accepting the title.
Policy KBI, attachment 5.
Motion approved.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve, and this has gone out for its first reading. Any discussion on that?
Of course.
That's okay.
On the first page of the policy, it's page 29 in our packet. The word involvement is used in the first paragraph, second paragraph, third paragraph, and also, well, the title. Do we need to change that to engagement? The first sentence, procedures for the involvement of parents. And then in
First
the,
one.
Yeah, I see
I'd
it.
say, because that's why they're changing the whole policy.
Right.
So I'd say wherever involvement is, that it needs to go to engagement.
well, I don't know how technical the federal people are gonna be.
The title has to be changed. I mean, we can certainly change it. It's it
don't
looks like
think so.
further down here, they
Yeah.
changed the involvement to engagement in general sentences. So
Personally, I don't think it's that big a deal, but it was explained to me.
For that
the
reason.
difference between
Yeah.
Involvement and engagement, so maybe,
I
I
see,
thought maybe
So
it
tell
should all
us what
be,
that is.
well, when you have time.
Oh, okay.
I see the first line, you said, where else did you see it in that first
In the
paragraph?
second paragraph, the second sentence, parental involvement policies.
Got it, thank you.
And then, the third paragraph, the school district will incorporate this district-wide parental involvement
Got it.
policy.
Is
And I
that
kinda-
it?
I looked for that throughout the whole, as I read the whole thing. Those
Probably
are
could
the
just
only
look
three
up
places
and do a search for
Okay.
that I
that.
can find involvement.
We'll have Sean do a search for involvement in the document, just to make sure we haven't,
Okay.
it's not someplace
Okay.
else, and we haven't missed it elsewhere, but are we good with you guys to approve though with those
Sure.
minor changes? Okay. Sounds
Okay,
good.
so any further discussion? All those in favor of approval of policy KBI attachment 5?
Aye.
And it's approved by that. Under new business, approval of refrigeration bid.
Move to approve,
Second.
but we have a letter that's saying,
That's Bluebird. Next
No,
thing I
this is
have was a Bluebird.
It was laying at your,
Oh, okay.
yeah, Emily left for you.
That's the one where we didn't get anything back.
Right.
Okay,
No bids.
so
so it's.
any further discussion on that or?
I just mentioned, whenever you send your bid out, if you just send us a copy of that also prior to the meeting, that would be good, just so we can have something to look at.
Sure, no problem.
Thank you.
I've been doing bid openings same day as board meetings. I can change that moving forward as well. If you want to have them in advance.
You just
Oh,
want to
no,
see
no,
the bid
just
that
copy
goes
of the
out.
bid,
The actual bid.
whatever you're sending out, just so we know what they're bidding on.
Absolutely.
Okay. So, anything else on there? So all those in favor of the refrigeration bid for the 26-27 school year? Aye. That's approved by that. And approval of the bus purchase, and the documents are in here. It looks like it's a Bluebird 77 passenger diesel powered vehicle.
Motion approved.
Second.
A motion and a second to approve the purchase of this bus.
I'd asked Josh today exactly how much money we had in bus transportation, because when we looked at it, it looked like we had a lot more in the budget of it, and I wasn't sure how that worked.
So I got an answer back from Sarah after you
Okay.
asked me. And she told me that it was, she said that's last year's, or this year's, not next year. It's over because they agreed to pay the difference last year. So I think the numbers that we were seeing, the 300, I was short $30,000. And y'all
Right.
agreed to pay the difference of the 30,000. I think now there's a difference of 130,000 to get a second place. So that, I think,
Cut you
is
just a
around
bit short.
130,000 left over that we have. They'll carry over to next year. Hopefully we'll be able to get to next year.
Right.
But, meaning,
Now, your buses,
goes back into the general.
Into
From-
bus replacement.
I was going to general fund. I don't know.
I think when money, you don't typically put money that comes in from outside sources into those pots. So it would come into the general fund. It could be utilized as needed. It's not a ton of money, but you wouldn't put it into a bus replacement fund because that's a special project that only gets that specific money in there, because it would just mess with your totals. But it would be marked as such. Like Sarah can run a report and tell you what it is, but it just feeds back into a
Yeah.
general
well,
line
that'd be
item.
good to know how
How
much
we-
it was in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Wasn't a whole lot, but
The standards actually brought more than the automatic.
Right.
Well, and we did find out that what some counties do is you can actually have a public auction of sorts. Instead of doing sealed bids, you can bring the people that want to buy the bus in and make them bid against each other to essentially get more out of your bus if you want to do that. So that's something we can talk about too, but the next time we sell one.
We have an auctioneer bus driver, too.
We do have an auctioneer bus driver. True story. So you want to know money from buses we've sold for the last 2 years?
Just
Okay.
curious.
Yeah.
Total amount.
Okay, so all those in favor of the bus purchase as shown on attachment 6? And we're approved by that. Next up's approval of permission to use Hardy County School Facility, attachment 7. Have a motion and a second to approve. That's for Max Fundamentals basketball camps.
The high school to the middle school.
I think he did it at the middle school last year. Yeah.
Okay, so any discussion? All those in favor? Aye. And so it's approved. And next up is consultation required with council presidents. Have a motion and a second to go into executive session at 5:46.
Ready?
No.
Sean's rolling, I'm rolling.
Is it rolling?
You're good.
Michael,
You're good.
motion to come out of executive session.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to come out of executive session at 6:02 with no action taken. All those in favor? Opposed? Okay. So next up, board member superintendent discussion.
If you don't mind if I go first, I have a just brief presentation that I wanted to share with you guys from the association, superintendent's association that I go to one day a week. One of our meetings, they have a group of principals that also come to learn about various different things from administration. And so this was my April 9th, and I thought it was worth sharing, especially since this is the last meeting prior to the official levy vote. So I thought it would be good for people to get an overview and a reminder. JP Mowry, as well as Uriah Cummings, who is the CFO of the State Department, West Virginia Department of Education, put this together. It was a reminder that your superintendent, your CEO, and your treasurer, your fiscal officer will work together and provide information to you, the board, who is the decision-making body on those types of specific types of financial expenditures. They talked about the key challenges, which were, of course, as we know, the enrollment decline, the personnel shortages. Lots of counties have personnel shortages. We're in good shape there for the most part. We have some special ed unfilled positions, but for the most part, we're really much better off. I think it's 189 that the superintendent from Berkeley County told me that they have long-term subs right now. So that just put that in perspective as to where we are. That is a great thing for our kids. In competition, which we're experiencing any type of school choice, homeschooling, Hope Scholarship, micro schools, those are all things that are competition with public schools these days. Building a relationship, they really talked about how important that was, trust, communication, and shared goals, which we do. You know, when we write our goals, my goals are your goals, are the county's goals, which helps keep things in line. And then you engage in a relationship with your CFO. So Sarah's part of those meetings that we have. She comes and she talks, and we talk to her and ask questions. It's important that she's part of the decision-making process too. Cash is king. We have to keep track of our cash flow, meaning our reserve, what we have, how it's coming, how it's going, where it's going, why it's going there. We have to plan budget cycles. So we do our budgets, but then we revisit those and we look and update and make changes as necessary. And we communicate often, which we do monthly at one of our board meetings, and then we do budget retreats and have fiscal discussions all the time. Monitoring the fiscal condition. This is where a lot of counties really lack and fall apart, but we get monthly reports. Sarah every month gives you a report on where we are and breaks that down for you, showing you what we had last year compared to this year and where those expenses are coming and going. She gives you the budget versus your actual, so you know like what we actually have there and what was budgeted, so you can see those things that maybe were over or under budgeted. And she gives her board updates. One of the things they really hit on was that your personnel costs are 80 to 90% of your expenses. We're just over 80. We're just about 81% of our overall budget goes into personnel. So we're on the lower end of that, which is good. That frees up more money to be spent for other things than personnel. But we also aren't over in personnel. So if you're going to keep that, if you have a small budget and you're keeping things as low as possible in the personnel end, which we've tried to do, should be able to stay around that 80%. So overall, to give you an idea, we have approximately $26 million budget, and we're right at $20 million that go into personnel. So that gives you a perspective on that. You have to make careful staffing decisions. You have to know what's required by law, meaning do you have to have librarians? No. And do you have to have special ed teachers? Yes. When you have students that have IEP minutes that need to be served. So in order to make decisions about which positions are being eliminated, you need to know which ones you have to have. What's beneficial? There might be things that are really beneficial, such as our CIS workers that we've talked about, but they're not required by law. So you have to be able to understand that and make decisions as a board when that's brought to you. And you have to know what you can live without. When you look at cleaning a building, can that one custodian position be eliminated and now the other custodians split, divide, and divvy out that work and keep those buildings still up to par? Those are decisions that have to be made sometimes. And you have to know the limitations of your funding sources. So something else that's really important is that, for example, some funds can only be used for specific personnel or specific things. Example, Title I pays for Title I teachers. Those Title I teachers can be paid for out of that money. We can't pay for a music teacher out of Title I funds. So while people might say, well, you don't need all those Title I teachers,
Well, those Title I teachers have money that's specifically to pay for their positions. So that's one of the examples. And it's important for a board to understand that.
Too bad we can't get the general public to understand that.
Well, you know, I think doing presentations like this and just explaining it and hoping people watch and pay attention. I know we're getting folks that'll watch online if they're not here in person. So enrollment drives your funding. Enrollment goes up, get more money. Enrollment goes down, your money goes down. It's just that simple. October snapshot's really important. We always look at our October 1 child count. That's the number we have enrolled that's certified that tells us what we're going to get paid for next year. So that's really important. We talk about that. You guys are always given that information. Excuse me. Professional and service personnel ratios. You look at that. You look at how many we're over, how many we're allowed to have. There are multiple funding steps, of course, and you have to be creative. So while the formula is what the formula is, I've used this example many times. We have a half-time Spanish, half-time librarian at East Hardy High School. That sounds really wonky, but that's a way to save a whole position in the end because you've taken half and half from each. We can still offer Spanish, we can still keep the library open. So there are times when we have really crazy positions put before you, but that's because we're trying to make the most of those positions funded for us. Things that are financial risks, external disruptions. We go to war with the country, gas prices go up. That impacts everything. That impacts the cost of food, it impacts materials, it impacts fuel. So that is something that is considered an external disruption that would really be an unplanned thing that you have to be able to pivot. Ignoring the numbers, not talking about them, not looking at where we are, trying to pretend it's going to get better, and just not simply planning ahead for how you're going to handle that. Such as we're running a levy, not because we want to tax everybody additionally, but because you're paying attention to the numbers and you understand that's something that's going to happen. Handling the difficulties, you can do several different things. They talked about reducing costs, which we always try to do in any way possible in just day-to-day operations. Adjusting your staffing is always a top priority. Doing what's necessary no matter what. And I use the example, you know, let's say Orrin's my neighbor. I really like Orrin. I have breakfast with him every Saturday morning at the sunset to, you know, just to catch up. But if Orrin is the person whose position needs to be cut, then as a board member, I can't say, I'm sorry, I can't cut Orrin's position because he's my neighbor. It becomes the position that has to go. And that's a hard thing from your shoes in order to make things work out. Increasing revenue, they recommended openly in that meeting that every county run a levy. They said, if you're not running a levy, you should be trying. If your levy's failing, you should be revamping and trying again because you're not going to continue to make it on just your regular formula. You're going to have to make something else happen in your county. And they recommended counties hold budget meetings and retreats. And I'm very proud of us because we do that twice a year. And there are a lot of counties that don't do that. So I think, you know, when it comes to the decisions that you guys have made and you're able to look at stuff and say, yeah, I understand that. Or people ask you off the streets, what is this? And you can say, well, that's because this is happening. We got that funding. We knew it's because we talk about those things. And that's a really important piece. And then, so in the end, know your numbers, know where you stand, know what we need, plan ahead. Don't wait until you're there and think, oh gosh, now we're 30 people over or 50 people over or 149 over, and focus on what's best for students. And that's hard. And that's why we're running the levy, because what's best for students requires us to have more than what the state's going to be paying for now. So that puts us in the current state that we are in. And I just thought this was worth sharing with you guys because it was a short little recap. Now, the other thing that I want to show you that I gave you a handout of. Okay, this right here, and you have a copy of this, shows you the first page is a printout, and it has highlighted Hardy County. Now, both of the pages you got are the same information. This one has Hardy County in alphabetical order, okay? And the other one has Hardy County.
Hold on just a second. I don't think I have one.
Okay, we passed them around. You can give her mine off of my staff there.
Well, I don't think Janet can find hers either.
I didn't get one.
I mean, maybe we did get it and I don't see it, but I don't see it in this.
There was this.
This is the only thing that
There, is there more of those? Oh, maybe it's right there in that stack in front of you, Dixie. What's the big pile in front of you? Is
No,
that?
those are my papers that I
Okay.
brought.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'll make sure you get it, but, oh, they're not seeing my. Why aren't you seeing what I have on my screen?
Oh, no, you're welcome to look anywhere. Here's the one from her desk.
It's okay, I'll show you.
Where did you get yours from?
I passed them
Pass them
out.
out.
I passed them around earlier before the meeting started. It's okay. I'll show you when this one, if I get this over.
No, it's,
They came around with this one when it went.
I would say it's just ended up in a pile.
something buried.
Did it pop for a minute? I was thinking closing in the PowerPoint.
I swear I still don't see it.
There we go.
Here they are. Here them buggers are.
I thought maybe they might go around, but it's okay. Here's what I'm trying to show you guys. If you
Here they
look,
are, here they are. We got it.
okay,
They're in the pile of the pile.
if you look at
Melvin, you have one?
Yes.
the bottom, the one where we're highlighted at the bottom, one's just in alphabetical order in case you were looking for a specific county.
Second page.
Yeah, the other one is specifically the, second page just shows you Hardy County at the bottom. You will see that this particular report is the County Board of Education per pupil expenditures for current operations. So this was last year's per pupil expenditure. It shows you that Hardy County spent less than anyone. Actually, we're 57th, which means 2 charter schools spent more on their kids than we did. That means you're managing your money. So I know that we hear lots of bad things, and I can't operate the system, but I just wanted you to know that includes cost of administration, cost of personnel, that's everything we spend divided out by the kids we have. So when people are saying, well, Hardy County Schools is spending $13,000 per kid. Yeah, we are, which is 57th in the state of West Virginia. Okay?
But how can Pendleton and Gilmer, which Pendleton doesn't have a levy, and I don't think Gilmer does either, maybe they do. But how can they have so much more per student?
Well, Pendleton gets funded at that floor, so Pendleton gets funded for 1,400 kids, even though they only have 800 in some. Because no one in the state's funded for less than 800
Gilmer
students, or less
probably
than
falls under
1,400
the same.
students. So they essentially get a levy of sorts, which is good for them because it helps to pad them and allow them to keep people on and not, they don't, at this point, need a levy. They are over formula, even with that. Is that what you said?
No,
Under formula.
Let's say Grant and Hampshire.
Because they're getting paid for stuff they don't
Grant and
need.
Hampshire, they all.
I know that. Then we do.
Well, and because that 1,400 is paying for a lot of positions, they're getting a lot of positions. They don't necessarily need the positions. They probably needed the building care and the extra money to come in to keep those buildings open would be my guess. But they're getting the 1,400, and I know they cut positions every year too. I know they were cutting positions this year. But I wanted you guys to have that so that you knew. Any questions about any of that? Okay, I know you've seen similar stuff before, but I thought it was worth just revisiting one last time.
It was, it's good. You have anything else?
No, not right now. No, I'm good.
Any board members have anything? So we'll move down to future agenda items. Any future agenda items that? I know the one thing is that, like, I think it would be interesting to know what our school count is at each meeting, how many pupils we have.
Okay.
If that
Enrollment?
wouldn't be a real inconvenience for you to get.
I think we can pull it from
So we
Davis.
can kind of, because you tell me it changes all the time, so.
Yeah, it ups and downs. We can find out for sure. Call that student enrollment.
Any chance of anything being changed about the conflict there on the 14th?
For what is that?
The conflict of two things scheduled on the 14th.
Oh, I think that Sean had reached out and found that it impacted 3 students, and they're supposed to call me to talk about it tomorrow. So I'm not sure if they have, I don't know what they have in place that can't be rescheduled. I got to find out the specifics, but I will certainly ask them to look into changing it if that's a possibility. And find out what those 3 students were planning on doing too. Were they going to either one of them would be a good first question.
Yeah.
Because I don't know who they
thought
are.
it would- I really thought it would impact more than 3.
Yeah, that's what you found out, right?
That's what she said.
3 students.
Okay,
But I will still find out. I'll have a conversation tomorrow.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, and the announcements, are here, you all can look at them.
This meeting on the 15th at 8:30, is that a very quick meeting?
Yes, it's to accept the levy rates. We're supposed to do it earlier on, but since we're running the levy, you can't do it until after the levy, so we can't accept our typical levy rates and what they'll be until after that. So that's why it's 8:30 to 15th, and it can be as quick as you guys allow it to be.
Okay.
Okay, so I guess next up, mission statement.
When I go back to announcements, I don't know if anybody wants to go, but the band concert, I found out, East Hardy's band concert is on the 18th, Monday, the 18th.
What time?
Now you asked me something that I don't have written on this calendar.
6:30, I believe, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't have it on this calendar, but I think you're right. I think it's 6:30.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to the Moorefield High School one yesterday.
And then at the top of my next page, it says athletics and authorized coach. It's like something got carried over to the top of the page that maybe shouldn't have been.
On the agenda,
Mm-hmm.
it's just one of,
Just one thing.
oh, okay. Okay, I don't know.
Mission statements, have we did that? Did I do that?
That's where we are now.
Okay, that's what I was
Getting
thinking.
ready to do it.
Okay.
Go ahead.
A bunch of us, 3 of us went to training on Monday, which follows along what Dr. Van Meter was talking about there. It was a very good training this time, I thought, about the responsibility of the board and the financial, what we're responsible for. We also went on Friday and Saturday to Stonewall, and that was legislation. Sometimes we all say, well, we got our 12 hours, but it's really gives you a lot more information going to those. You come back feeling better about being a board meeting and want to be a better board member that way, I think. It was
Saturdays was good.
training. Friday was excellent. That was one of the best ones that we've had in a long time.
Yeah, I agree. I absolutely agree. And the one at Rondé on Monday evening.
Yeah,
That was, in a small group like that, we were able to have more open discussion, and that was good.
Good.
That was good information.
Kim Coral led that.
Yeah,
And also Mary Catherine Slack was awarded the,
It's not sponsored, but whatever of the year.
Spirit of
FCCLO.
Advising Award
Advisor, yep, advisor of the year.
for
FCCLO
25,
advisor.
26, and that was a pretty high class
well,
award.
for the state of West Virginia.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was very cool.
Congratulations to her.
Congratulations to all the East Hardy students who were here tonight. I mean, major achievements for those.
And MMS.
For those guys, and, yeah, and
And parents and grandparents that came with them.
Yeah, that was very cool.
Impressive.
That was very cool.
Golden Horseshoe winners.
Yes,
and
that was very
we've got
nice.
good things going on.
We do. Okay, so, personnel agenda, do we want to go ahead and,
Go to executive session.
You have to do my evaluation. I have to,
Motion
Right
to
up
go
that.
into executive session.
Second,
Have a motion and a second to go in executive session so that we can do the superintendent's evaluation. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? And it's approved by, what, 6:22 or something.
Okay, I'm back on.
Motion to come out of executive session.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to come out of executive session. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And so we're out of executive session 5-0. We have been attending to the superintendent's evaluation. And, she has met plus her goals and, had a very good evaluation. And we're proud to have her as our superintendent.
Thank you. I appreciate that very much. Thank you.
Okay, so now I guess it's your turn for personnel.
Personnel?
My turn?
Your turn.
Yeah, we do.
I'm sorry.
No, I got it. I got him covered. We have a couple that we have to pull out separately. So if I could do number 2 first. I am going to, oh, I'm sorry.
Number 5, this one will approve.
Oh, okay,
This
number
is,
5.
desk split.
Got it. I need to do number 5 first. Sorry, saw the same name and jumped to conclusions. For number 5, I'm going to recommend that you approve for the April 29th, 1 day without pay, and the April 30th, half a day without pay. However, I'm going to, in addition to that, recommend that you also deny April 30th for a half a day, May 1st for 1 day, and May 5th for 1 day. And that's my full motion that I'm asking you to approve.
So 2.5 days we deny.
Yes, which would be April 30th, May 1st, and May 5th. That is my request.
Okay.
Motion to approve the superintendent's recommendation.
Second.
Have a motion and a second to approve the superintendent's recommendation for the days spoken. All those in favor? Aye. And it's approved 5-0.
All right, and I'm going to save number 21 for the end, so I'll just go ahead and read all these for a mass approval, if that's okay. I recommend the approval of the leave of absence for Emily Thorne, July 1st, 2026 through December 31st, 2026. Rebecca Haynes, April days without pay for April 21st, April 23rd, a half a day, and 1.5 days total. I recommend the approval of Ashley Lipscomb for a day without pay for April the 27th for a half a day. I recommend the approval of days without pay for Angie Funk, April 27th, which is a half day. I recommend the approval of the service personnel hirings for Ashley Lipscomb, ECAT Aide Pre-K MES, Sandra Ratcliffe, Cafeteria Manager Cook 3 MES, Haley Mungold, Aide Special Education MIS, David Howell Jr., Custodian 2 MMS and Central Office, Tammy Arball, Substitute Aide Countywide. Recommend the approval of Dorothy King as a substitute teacher countywide, Andrew Moore, Chemistry Science Teacher MHS, Leslie Wade Armentrout as a math teacher for Moorfield Middle School, Emily Pratt Gifted, half-time countywide. I recommend the approval of Richard King as special education teacher, East Hardy Elementary School. Recommend the approval of the following resignations. Betsy Swick as a game manager for Moorfield Middle School, Dorothy King as a EL teacher countywide, Jamin Hirschberger as a cheerleading coach for East Hardy High School. And then I recommend the approval of the following volunteer, Sienna Hevner, Moorfield Middle School.
Move to approve the superintendent's recommendation.
Second.
Have a motion and a second. All those in favor? Aye. And you're approved 5-0.
Okay, and then we need to do number 21.
And ask to be excused.
Okay,
Number 21 is my daughter.
very good. We'll let you go.
I'm not sure which way to go. I'll go that way.
I'm sorry.
No, I'll go that way.
I scooted out of your
I
way.
know, but the chair wants to roll out.
Those
from
chairs
underneath There, there I go.
We got you.
Very dangerous.
I need a minute to pack up.
You're okay.
Is this your phone?
I might want that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks,
I
Mrs.
just
Rose.
I just learned how to silence mine. But
Sarah showed him.
He's gonna be our new tech manager. You gotta love it, you know?
All right, ready? I'll recommend the approval of Jennifer Stroderman, Assistant Superintendent, effective the 26-27 school year.
Second.
Have a motion and a second, to approve, Jennifer Starman, Assistant Superintendent for 26-27 school year. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And we're approved 4-0 with one,
Extension.
person leaving the room.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? All right. See you guys next time.
Mr. Hart.
6:45.
Thank
you.
I'll get you one.